Good morning and welcome back, it's the Oxy Gerbil here, and today we are speed building again in The Sims 4, of course. We are making a family style, is Chateau the right word? I think so. A family house, which basically the idea was, it was an old castle that was built however many years ago, and then it's had a modern extension onto the side of it. So half of the house is covered in brick and the other half is like a baby pink colour, which is the more modern extension. I think it worked really well, and I loved doing this build. It was so much fun. I experimented with it a lot. We have two little towers on either side of the house. Obviously the left hand side is the original tower, and then the right hand side, I imagined that when they extended they wanted to keep the character of the house going, so they just popped a more modern one on that side. When I first built this, I wanted it to go underground as well, so I attempted being very loosely, to do a basement and then kind of have the ground, like the grass area, underground as well, so that they had stairs going down in the garden which led to an entrance to the house on the basement floor, but that ended very badly, so I think I edited all of that out of the final build. That's something we definitely need to work on, because I really like the idea of it, and I saw somebody's build on YouTube, I can't remember whose it was, where they'd done that on a building and it looked beautiful, but that's one thing we need to work on. The chimneys, I can't remember whether we left them in or not, I don't think we did. But I tried to pop those either side and they just weren't working for me. Also the brickwork doesn't go. It's completely different to the, the chimney and the wall bricks. What am I trying to say, guys? But yeah, it didn't work anyway. This is the underground bit that I was trying to do, as you can see there. I edited the rest of my attempts at trying to fix that out, I think. Yeah, I've edited it out there. It just didn't work, but if anybody's got any tips or any videos that they've uploaded, then just give me some pointers, because that would be really fun to do, I think. The garden, at first I was going for more of like a forest fairy tale type garden, but then we go a lot more family orientated and modern, which works, but I do miss having the a little pond and the just very magical. That's what I was going for at first, but then we switch it up and it's just very modern. But I guess that's what works for this build. We'll do that one next time. We're just putting the doors and windows in now. Originally I had the idea of making a family home in the brick part of the house, and then having the pink part of the house as an annex, so that when people came to stay, or it could be like a holiday outlet, so when they could rent it out for people staying in the area and they could stay there. But in the end we turned it all into one house. I just think it looked a lot better as one house, and it gave you a lot more room to play with as well, because it's quite small inside still. The turret with the windows that we're just doing there, I really love, and I really wish the gameplay had some spiral staircases to put in there, because that would have worked so beautifully. We need to get some custom content downloaded for that, but I don't like making houses with custom content in, because when you guys download them from the gallery, you have to then download the content to be able to play it properly. I know that I use a bit of a few expansion packs, but I don't use that many. I try to limit it to 2 or 3, so it's a lot more playable than if you don't have all of them. And you can change little bits around, I guess. It's just with custom content, you kind of, when you have an image in mind of what you want to get, it's very difficult to then change that. But yeah, it would have been nice to have a spiral staircase there. There just isn't any in gameplay, that's the only problem. Making a little balcony on the top floor there, I think it works pretty well. It's kind of like a floating balcony as well, which I like the idea of. How are you all doing? What have you been up to? I have been caught up with work a lot recently, so I haven't uploaded that many videos, which I'm very sorry for, but we're going to get back to it. I've been streaming quite a bit on Twitch as well. I downloaded a new game, well I downloaded 2 new games actually. We've been playing Subnautica, and the Below Zero game just came out in early access, so we've been playing quite a bit of that, which is very fun. And also, what other one? Oh, foundation. I reckon you guys, if you like playing Sims, you'd like foundations. It's kind of like you start with nothing. You like choose your map and you just have this little map. And then you build a settlement and like build houses, build like markets and forgeries and things like that, and you kind of just have to grow your settlement and grow your little village. That's still in early access as well, so there's a bit to go. There's quite a bit of way to go in the game, but it's very fun to play, and I think if you like creating in The Sims, then you'd love that one. These little balconies that I'm putting on, I know that you can't really use them. I don't know if you may be able to use them if you popped a door there, but I didn't try that actually. I just liked how they looked. I think they look really sweet, especially the ones on the top floor of the roof. They look really pretty. And the glass roofs as well. This is something that we haven't played with before. The glass roofs are really nice. And I thought if we just popped that on the modern side of the building, then it would just give that added extra feeling of how modern it is. And also, I never realised this. Inside when we started to build, you'll see when we go upstairs, the pattern of the roof is shining on the upstairs walls, which is really beautiful. I didn't realise it'd do that. That's pretty much the exterior done. We are now going in to decorate. See, I've just mentioned about the lighting on the walls, and you can't even see it there. But I swear to God it did do it. Maybe that was in gameplay when I was playing, when it was... I think I might have changed it to mid-afternoon. I can't remember, but yeah, it looks really pretty. If you've not used the glass roofings, then I'd definitely say give it a go, because it works really well. And you can see now what I meant about how small the build is to be able to use one side as a house and the other side as an annex for guests. It's not that big, especially for a family of 4. And I struggle quite a bit with little spaces. So if I've got a big family, I struggle quite significantly trying to fit everything in. That's something we need to work on as well. This flooring I really love. I like the blue tones, and it's like blue and baby pink. It's really pretty. I tried to keep it in theme with the exterior. So the older part of the house I tried to make more traditional, and I put a lot more traditional decorations in there to give it the castle feeling of how it would have looked, I don't know, 100 years ago. And then the modern extension we make super modern, and put everything new in there, which works really well. And it's a complete like stark contrast between the older and the newer part of the building when all the decorations go in. But I really liked how it turned out. So yeah, we have the old lighting and literally everything or anything that I could find that was very oldie worldy. That is what I put in here. And I think it works really well. It was just trying to find things that were useful and could fit into all of the nooks and crannies of the building. There's a lot of old artwork and statues in the entrance hallway. But I think I wanted to make it quite grand, and to give the idea of just a grand entrance, and very like, you walk in and it's just like, whoa, we are literally in a castle. And then you walk straight into the living room, which is super modern and such a contrast to what we just built. Did we not put the coat of arms in there? I really thought we did. Oh, I hope we popped that in there later. Every castle needs a coat of arms and I just deleted it. Oh well, we'll see. I can't remember. The lighting for the place. So these lights that I popped in, I imagine that they have been there since the place was built. And once upon a time they would have had candles in them and that's how they were lit, but now they're electric as every other part of the house. But I wanted that stark contrast between old and new. And I think it works pretty well. It was quite difficult trying to find things that kind of went in this room, because it's not really a room of anything, it's just like an entrance hall. But we fill it up pretty good and everything in there is like useful. So like, well, not that you can use the umbrella rack or the shoe rack, but we can pretend that the Sims can. I love that little duck that we've put on the shelf. Taxidermy at its best. And the curtains. Oh, I never use curtains in builds, but that you kind of have to fit the theme of the place. Do we keep them green? I think so. I like how they look actually. I imagine they'd be covered in dust. Oh, and we have to have a statue. Did I find the coat? Yeah. Coat of armour. How can you not have a coat of armour in a castle? It had to be there. So the bathroom we go a bit more modern. I don't think it's that modern actually. It's still quite dated. But it works. It took me a while to figure out where I wanted things as well, so this is not how the bathroom stays. We have like a little separate wall for the toilet. I was torn whether to do the flooring and the walls really old or really modern, because the entrance is, so you get to the bathroom from the more modern part of the building, but the outside is still very brick and it's part of the old house. So we go a little bit older. The bathroom's not too modern, but I still like it. I like how it turned out. And I liked how there was kind of like a private area when you were going to the toilet. Now, do you brush your teeth downstairs or upstairs in your bathroom? Well, if you have a downstairs and upstairs bathroom, that is. I just went to put a toothbrush down there, and then I was like, no, they definitely brush them upstairs. The little footstool I really like. I never noticed that one before. I think it might be from the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. I think it is, but I'm probably wrong. I can't remember. Now onto the living room. That wall was not working. I could have done a lot more. Well, I do a lot more of it without it there. I originally wanted it to be like a study, so we were going to pop a bookcase and a computer desk in there, but we put them upstairs in the end. And I love these worktops. I think they look so modern. And I like all of the different designs that you can have. So like the edge counter, you can see all of the cutlery in. We tried to build an island, but as you guys know, I'm useless at building islands if you've seen any of my other builds. Do we make one in the end? I don't think we do. We moved the kitchen to the other side of the room. What do you guys feel about open plan living? So in this one we have the kitchen, diner and living room are all open plan. In real life, I like the idea of open plan, but in The Sims, I usually enjoy... I was gonna say I enjoy playing like with all the rooms separate, because I think it gives you more of a feel and you can do a lot more. But actually a lot of the builds that I've put on YouTube recently are all open plan, I think. I had a lot of trouble trying to organise this kitchen because I couldn't figure out where the living room or anything was gonna go. And I kind of wanted a freestanding cooker in the middle of the room, but it didn't work, so we pushed the whole kitchen to the end, like right down to the right hand side where the door is. And it goes a lot better than what we're trying to do now. And then we have the sofas where the kitchen currently is, so you could just look out and sit on the sofa. It was all very cramped like this, I found, and it wasn't working as well as what I thought it was gonna do. But yeah, you'll see how we figure it out. In the right hand corner in the little turret there, we have just popped a painting easel and I think a violin. I did that off screen. And I think that stays there, I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, this is where the kitchen stays in the end. We just moved a few bits around. And I think it looks a lot better than what we were planning on doing. Oh gosh, guys, I'm getting tired. Yeah, this already looks a lot better, I think. It allows more to be put around, I think. Now, the TV. We put a TV on the wall, which is, for a glass wall, a big no-no. But But guys, we do have a TV stand underneath it, so it kind of looks like it's on a shelf, but actually it's just floating on the wall. I love that little stool. I've used it again there. It looks so pretty. I desperately need to get myself a stool. We've been looking for a footstool for ages. We want a new sofa, but we can't really get a new sofa at the minute because we're in rented accommodation and the furniture's not ours. But I wanted a bright coloured footstool because we've just got new TV stands and what's it called? A coffee table, new TV stand and coffee table. And a bright coloured footstool would go really well with them, but all of the ones that we've found over here are like between £200 and £500, which is well, I think that's a ridiculous amount to spend on a footstool, but I don't know, maybe that's how much they actually cost. I just find it way overpriced. I love that little room divider, and I like that it's a light as well. I imagine it could add a lot of ambience on an evening. That coffee table, if there is a coffee table like that in real life, I want that in my life. Who has a fish tank underneath a coffee table? I think it's a brilliant idea. But how practical would that be actually? How would you feed the fish? And putting your glasses on top of there, I imagine would make them really scared. Who knows? There we go. Did you just see the light? Okay, I swear the light on the wall. You can see it there. It looks so pretty with the glass roof. I've never noticed that before. I really like the staircase. I don't usually do like double staircases, but I think it worked really well for this build. And I kind of wish I hadn't put any of the floor there at the front of these stairs. If we'd like opened that up and just put a railing around it so you could look down over the balcony and like looked into the living room and things. But maybe that's something you guys could do if you want to download the build off the gallery. I'd love to see our ideas for it. We turned the little turret or little tower into a little study area, which worked really well. It just fit that table in there. And yeah, up here it's still quite oldie worldy like I tried to do downstairs. And then the bedrooms are a lot more modern than what the older part of the house is as well. So in this house this bedroom that we're building now I imagine to be a teenage girl's, and then we have mum and dad's bedroom and a toddler's bedroom, a little girl's room. That bed I really liked, but I just think it looks a bit too clunky. I don't know what type of build that would go in, maybe like a beach build. Like California kind of big rooms. But it was a little bit too clunky for this one. I don't think it quite went. And then we switched the wardrobes and things around and I put them on the other wall where it just was in the end. I think having the wardrobes at this side when you're playing the game, it restricts your view quite a bit and it makes it more difficult to play. That's what I find anyway. I don't know if that's a really silly thing, but that's what it felt like. And I love that bed cover. It's so pretty. It's like purple and brown, but I like that. It's nice. I would have that in my own house. We don't over furnish this room. There's a rug that goes in and I think that's it. But I think it looks a lot nicer with less furniture in than what it would do cramped and full of personality. I don't know, that's what my feelings were anyway. Now moving on to the bathroom, the real question is, did I put a toothbrush holder in here? I cannot remember. But yeah, what's the verdict? Do you brush your teeth upstairs or do you brush them downstairs? Or are you all on one floor? That's something that I never thought of. At my parents' house we brush them upstairs, but where I live in a flat, so we're all on one floor. Now this is the mum and dad's room and it is very tiny. This is what I mean about this house, like it's quite a big build, but there's not a lot of space for anything. Like I couldn't even fit any side tables either side of the bed. I always seem to make the parents' rooms the smallest. But how pretty does the roof look on the wall? I never knew that did that. We're definitely going to be playing around with more of the glass roofs. We should potentially try to do a greenhouse build. That would look really cool. And I love those drawers as well. Those drawers are so pretty. You can see the clothes inside them. I like the idea of that. We just keep everything quite minimalist. We don't overcrowd or put a lot of things in these rooms. Well, apart from the toddler's room. The toddler's room we heavily overcrowd, but it has to be messy. It's a kid's room. Just a bit of artwork on the walls and then a couple of plants, because who doesn't love plants? You have to have them. Now the toddler's room, it's such an odd shape to try and decorate. I initially found it quite hard knowing what to put where, but I think we manage it alright. And also the curtains, we put some curtains in, and that like turret at the top I imagined. So the curtains are like the side ones, you'll see in a second. But I imagined that they came right round and you could pull them around the whole of the room so you could have some privacy when the baby was sleeping. And I forgot we popped a little bit. Do we keep the baby's bed there? I think we do. So this could be a family of 5 actually, not a family of 4, because there's a toddler's bed and also a little cot. Maybe they're expecting. But yeah, that's what I mean about the curtains. So I imagined that you could pull them the whole way across, because I didn't feel like having the 2 strip curtains there looked very good. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then we just put lots and lots of toys in there, and then make a little play area outside as well. And initially I wasn't going to put any toddlers or babies in the build. It was meant to be a mum, dad, boy and a girl. And then I just got overexcited by all of the baby things, so we then have to go downstairs and put like potties and high chairs and things in there so that they can eat with the family. And the downstairs is toddler friendly as well. Lots of toys around. And I think that is the interior and most of the build complete. It's just some decorating in the garden. Originally I wanted the garden to be like a fairy tale garden, so with a pond and lots of trees, bushes, furnishings around, but we go half like planted and trees and things. Well, we don't really, it's only a tiny bit. And then we go a lot more modern, so we end up putting a swimming pool and things in. But I think it works like this a lot better as a family orientated place. I really like how it works. So we have the pool, we have like a swing set and kids play area. The little spa day chairs there looking like deck chairs. But yeah, it's a very modern build that, well, it's an old build that has been changed to fit the, I guess, the family dynamics of today. So this lot would never have been there 100 years ago, but it's what works now. It's what they need. Every house needs a swimming pool, apparently. And I don't really think, so if we were trying to go quite oldie worldy, I don't think it really fit with the setting. Having like a pond and a fantasy garden here, I don't think would have worked with the area around the plot of land. But we need to find a plot of land that does work like that. I think maybe making a secret garden or something would be pretty cool. You all know I love a good outside decor with plants. Apart from we add a little kids play area onto the end, there's not a great deal more we do with this build. It is pretty much finished. There's just the kids play area and then a few still shots of the interior and exterior. So I really hope you've liked what we've done with this one. If you'd like to see more videos like this or have any recommendations, any suggestions of what you think I should build, then please let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe if you're not already. Don't forget to hit that little bell button to be notified when I'm next uploading. And I hope you all have a lovely day wherever in the world you are. Make the most of it. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the Yorkshire Gerbil, and I also do live streams on Twitch at the Yorkshire Gerbil as well. I will leave you to some still shots of the build. Have a great day, and I will see you again very soon with the next video. Bye!